Since I started following YouTubers with a pro-Taiwan, anti-communist stance, I noticed something strange. Chinese dissidents outnumber Taiwanese creators by at least 20 to 1. Some repeat the same formula. Taiwan is amazing. CCP is going down. Apparently that's a proven moneymaker for Mandarin-speaking videos, because Taiwanese love it. So even without saying anything new or insightful, many still rack up hundreds of thousands of subscribers, mostly Taiwanese. Then, scandal. The pro-Taiwan hero is caught lying, trashing Taiwan, or worse, working for the CCP. Or is that just fake news, spread to sow confusion and distrust? This drama keeps repeating. Why are there so many frauds? Simple, money. But the bigger question is, why do Taiwanese want so badly to hear Chinese speak up for them? Can't we speak up for ourselves? Now that is what I want to talk about. Hi, I'm Seriously, Taiwan Matters, Taiwanese American currently in Europe. Face hidden for privacy, though my guinea pigs insist on chewing in public. First, a confession. I binge my fair share of Chinese dissident videos too. I like quite a few of them, and I genuinely appreciate anyone, Chinese or not, who speaks up for Taiwan. But sometimes it feels a little too addictive. So I started asking myself, why does it feel so good to hear from Chinese dissidents? Let me start with the easy answers. First, intel. They've seen how the Chinese Communist Party operates from the inside. That's useful. Second, entertainment. No one rips Beijing apart like a mainlander who's had enough. Condescending, brutal, dripping with acid. Exactly how I was raised not to speak. So naturally, it's satisfying. But if I'm being honest, sometimes I just want validation. Maybe even a little sympathy. Look, some Chinese get it. They won't stand for their own country bullying us. And the most embarrassing reason? Feeding an escapist fantasy. When I see dissidents leak stories from inside China, government corruption, everyday trauma, social dysfunction, I start fantasizing. Maybe Beijing will implode before it invades Taiwan. Some dissidents even run countdowns to the CCP's death like it's a New Year's Eve party. Recognize any of this? It doesn't have to be about Taiwan. If you've ever doom-scrolled social media at 2 a.m., hoping to find proof that your biggest worry is magically solving itself, then you know what I'm talking about. So this logic seems reasonable. Taiwan is under threat from China, so Chinese dissidents offer insights and support to help us defend ourselves. But if that's true, do Ukrainians follow Russian dissidents for guidance on how bad Putin is? Probably not. Besides, most Taiwanese already know the CCP is a threat to Taiwan's way of life. Does hearing more of the same change anything? Not really. What's really going on? I think why Chinese dissidents are so popular reveals something deeper, a cultural gap in Taiwan. A gap that dissidents weirdly help fill. Confidence, directness, the willingness to confront, out loud and in public. Taiwanese are resilient, but we tend to avoid getting ugly with words, especially on the international stage. Ironically, the sharpest language seems reserved for our own internal politics. So when Chinese dissidents speak out, loudly, angrily, even rudely, for Taiwan, it feels like they're saying what we wish we could. That's the appeal. Taiwan's president calls anyone pointing missiles at Taiwan an enemy and gets backlash. Too provocative, not helpful for cross-strait relations. Meanwhile, China points those missiles and claims our country as its own. Here's the contrast. Taiwanese mentality. Truth must be spoken softly. Chinese mentality. Lies must be shouted until they're believed. China spends billions on information warfare. Taiwan, not even a rounding error in that budget. We're still far behind when it comes to speaking up. So, do Taiwanese, or anyone, need outsiders to speak up for them? Sure, it feels good, but long term, the only voice we can count on is our own. What Taiwan really needs? more Taiwanese voices. Loud, quiet, angry, thoughtful, even faceless ones like mine. I crack up sometimes reading Taiwanese comments online. Watching little pinks, the Chinese Communist fans, get roasted with wit, truth, and class. That's more powerful than any ignorant rant. Speaking up is like training a muscle. It gets stronger with each rep. I started by dropping a comment under a video, then a conversation, now this channel. So drop a comment under this video. Tell me what you would speak up about, or what inspires you. It doesn't have to be about Taiwan. Let's train that muscle together. Please subscribe and check out our other videos.